guy that came out and did the pre-show, did all the voices, was he all right? He was okay? This is the main event right here. This is why we're here right now. Oh my goodness, this is exciting. We can do so many things here at Celebration 6. You know, by the way, tomorrow we have one more day. We're going to be interviewing Warwick Davis. Pretty cool. Right here, right after that. But right now, I think we've waited, right? We have waited and waited, and we are ready for this moment. Princess Leia, Carrie Fisher, you have to make a lot of noise to get her out of here. As a fan community, so we need to give that love right back to her tonight, okay? So before we bring her out, let's take a look at these screens. Say hello to Gary. It's yoga. It's the new yoga. You know, it's not like there's 3,000 people just staring at him. Oh, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. Okay, he's going back out. We have a couch for you. You've got a microphone.
So yeah, they were going to put one of those on me, and ever since the hairy earphones, I can't stand wearing things on my head. No, that's not true, but...
You think it's good, yeah?
It's weird, it's dental-like.
It looks like I have some type of growth on me, doesn't it?
It has that quality.
It actually covers the growth that I have. But, so how are you, my dear?
I'm good. I just brought, that was my dog, Gary, that, before this weekend, he'd never seen the ocean, sand, or a huge audience of Star Wars fans. So I wanted, those are really three things everyone should experience, yes?
Yeah, well, so now, Celebration 6, you've been here throughout the whole time. You have been just so wonderful with all the fans and signing and all that. Are you exhausted? I mean, this is a lot of work.
I'm a little more exhausted than probably usual because I'm more elderly. But please don't tell anyone. But what did someone say? Someone looked at a little girl, looked at me, she said, "You look so grown up." That's a nice way of putting it, don't you think? She didn't say I acted grown up, which would have been inaccurate, but...
No, okay, so, but what an amazing place, and you are so kind to everything, and we love you, and I think that is the coolest thing for you to come.
Everybody's so incredibly nice, and it's fun. You've all been nice to Gary also, which has been a very big deal for him. And it's been a lot of fun today. This is the most signing I think I've ever done. So, no, I'm fine. Other than some mosquito bites I got in Montauk, this is a great experience.
And then he walks by and he got you. So, okay, so no, we can just jump right into it. You've had such a diverse and successful career, and so many different things. Do you have a secret to your success?
Sugar, lots and lots of sugar. So you rub it all over your body. And I think probably people pleasing.
Are you a people pleaser? Do you constantly just want to please?
I come from like a celebrity family who are that's like ingrained. Someone said, that I didn't decide to go into show business. The neater trick would be for me to stay out. So
that would have been tough, though, right? Because it was all around you. It was just constantly there.
I know. So I didn't, and I didn't go into it. I did this because I did Star Wars because I read the script and I thought that is awesome. I read it with a friend of mine. We read it out loud.
Yeah.
And I wanted to play Han Solo, of course. That was the best part. But there was a scene in it that they cut out later, which was that Princess Leia was supposed to be captured and hung upside down in the subterranean something of the Death Star.
And what would you be wearing?
With yellow eyes and unconscious. And then the Wookiee, Chewbacca, would carry me through water. Now, I really feel like I missed out on that. But Peter Mayhew isn't as strong as he is tall.
Right.
So they cut it out.
We have a few Wookiees in. You can maybe reenact things tonight if you'd like.
Is there any water though? Well, there are yellow eyes though. There's 7 yellow eyes. That's so awesome.
It's kind of weird when you're signing and you look up and then you've got the eyes.
I kind of want those, but I don't like contacts. Is anyone wearing those? Are they comfortable?
Yeah, they wear them for hours.
Not comfortable.
So, but now, before Star Wars, you had a successful acting career. You had Shampoo.
Well, I was 19 when I made Star Wars.
Yeah, it's amazing though, but how to get in all that. And so, when you got the script, you said you read it with your friends and all, but what was the feeling was, okay, this is just going to be another thing, or this is something I want to do on my own because it is kind of different from what I've done before?
No, I thought this would be such a fun thing to do because I'd be the only girl in an all-boy fantasy.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be a porn movie. So, 2 pluses right there. And it just looked like it would be so fun to do, and I could not imagine when we read it, it read a lot like it looked, and I just thought, how is he going to do this? It'd never been like that in a movie before.
You mentioned in your book, Wishful Drinking, which is awesome, that the title, your friends were harassing you about the title Star Wars because, what was it?
They said it sounded like a fight between my original parents.
It's going to be a documentary or something.
I think, yes, Star Wars or something like that. But, no, it did. It sounded like a fight that my parents would have had up until recently.
And it's that question also that everybody always asks you, and I love your response to that about, did you know it was going to be such a hit?
Well, I just like to say yes. I knew that it was going to be, I was the only one that knew. I'm psychic. I know what most of you are going to have for breakfast tomorrow, so just don't ask me. Nothing had been that kind of a hit, so, and none of us would have had anything to compare it to. It was just, they booked us to do all this publicity, and then it ended up not really needing it.
Right.
But I used to drive around, or have a friend of mine who drive around and look at the lines. I mean, they made up the term blockbuster for that because it meant that the lines busted the block.
Is that right? That's where it came from.
You know what I mean? So I used to drive around, and I think one time it was so amazing that I think I may have, and please don't tell anyone, said, "I'm Princess Leia." These lines of people, it was amazing.
And they're like, yeah, right, whatever.
Why would you act like such an idiot?
But what was it? Mark was here last night. He was talking about how there were these two groups, basically, like A and B, and you all were in the same group, and George chose just like one group. And you had good chemistry, obviously, right off the bat then. Did that lock for you? Did you go, okay, these guys I can relate to?
I didn't know about that. I didn't know about the A and B thing. Oh, there was this other girl that, was up for it. So it was like either they were going to go with someone who was really pretty,
and they did.
Or someone with a big personality. I'm going to let you guess who they picked. I like seeing that test when they show it of me reading. But the dialogue is just so weird. But my favorite thing to say, it was the first scene we shot was, "Governor Tarkin, I thought I recognized your foul stench when I arrived on board." Now, how do you say that and not say it with a British accent? Well, I guess I don't know. But I sort of wanted to come in and go, "Governor Tarkin, I came on board the ship and I thought, what is that smell?" And then, of course, it's you. But George said to me, "No, you're really, really serious. You're very, very upset. So they're blown up all your friends and your clothes and your stepfather and every collections of troll dolls. So you're very upset." And so I just say that I thought I recognized your foul stench when I arrived on board.
It's perfect. So now you then thought of yourself as Princess Leia as kind of like they've got, if a guy's getting set up with Princess Leia, they'd be like, well, what's she like? Well, she's got a great personality. That was like kind of your thought, was it? Because Princess Leia was hot. She was a looker. She was great. And a princess.
They actually gave me the part and they told me that I had to lose 10 pounds. Now that's not really confidence building. But I think the thing is I'm only 5'1". Well, I used to be 5'1.5", but I think I'm shrinking. So if you weigh anything over 105, you're gonna, and I was a little kid, so I had a big fat, chewy, so to speak, face. And so I went to a fat farm.
You did? For 10 pounds?
God, yes. And I was there with Lady Bird Johnson and Ann Landers. Well, my peers, obviously. And I just remember Lady Bird Johnson saying, "So you're doing a little film called Car Wash?" But I remember they brought me this sad little dead bird to eat, and that's when I ran out of the place sobbing. I'm not the cheekbone chick.
Well, it worked. It worked just fine, and I think we're all very happy with it. Pretty cool. These old kind of British dudes hanging out. Were you like hanging out with them?
Peter Cushing wore these white gloves because he smoked. And I think he smoked weed. No, he smoked.
Tobacco.
He smoked filterless cigarettes, and so he didn't want to get, I guess, like stains on his fingers or something.
Sure.
And he smelled like violets or something.
He smelled like violets.
He looked like this very evil man, but he smelled like a gay guy. With the white gloves. No, he was incredibly sweet.
Yeah.
A little bit intimidating, and also he was going to have to give me all this bad news about my troll collection. So, no, and Alec Gill well, the big thing I remember about him is that he once gave Mark 10 pounds to go away.
It's funny because Mark said last night, he was such a generous guy. He was always handing out money and stuff.
No, but Alec was like, it was like he was on board a kind of yacht. You know, he would sit on the set and it would be so elegant and we'd all, if you
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you know, I play Obi-Wan Kenobi in the show The Clone Wars. And so I'm constantly, just kind of admiring this guy. He seems very cool no matter what. He just, even there, yes, I'm having some water.
Can you imagine what he would think if he, could have seen any? Well, he saw some of it, I suppose.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
The explosion of it all.
Yeah, that it's just become this endless thing.
It is.
And I mean endless in a positive way.
In a lovely way that we all love. And so, okay, a movie I loved was, Under the Rainbow.
Oh my God, what's the matter?
I love that movie. Blues Brothers. So if I said, Dan Aykroyd and Brussels sprouts, does that mean anything to you?
God, you've done your research.
I've been following you, Carrie. I've been following you.
No, Danny was making my vegetables in the Winnebago on the set, and I sucked one into my head and it got caught in my throat, and I started choking. And the choking went like this, right? He thought I was laughing at him. And then he realized that I was dying, and he gave me the Heimlich maneuver, to ride the Canadian, and then 10 minutes later he asked me to marry him. And of course I said yes, because what if that happened again?
And he saw you, I guess maybe at your worst then too. Like, wow, you survived. That's awesome. Wow. And so the Blues Brothers, though, there's another one, just a big hit that just kind of probably surprised you all, right, by the success of all that. I mean, Saturday Night Live, all that was just.
Yeah, that one was just that, because the Blues Brothers there was sort of more, not predictable, but the Blues Brothers were a big thing from TV.
Yeah.
So, there was that, and Belushi was a big thing in so many ways.
Was he fun?
Belushi was a blast.
Was
But we used to call him the black hole in space, because if anything got near him, food, drugs, alcohol...
People, small children.
Yeah, well, no, but women, they would disappear. So.
Okay, well, we do a little something here on the main stage where we like to kind of take a look back at something, and it's a little something we call...
It's a Star Wars Celebration 6 double take. That's crazy.
We call it a double take. So what we do is we take a look at something and we want to get, because we all know it from our perspective, but we would love to get it from your perspective. And that particular thing we're doing a double take with is the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Highly underrated work of art. No, really, if you want to torture someone, just sit them down. No, I actually, George asked me to do some favor, and I said that I would do it if he gave me the Star Wars Christmas special, because he had them taken off the market, because it's so bad. But here's the thing, so I got it, and I was so excited, and I got my friends over for a viewing, and it's so bad, it's not even good. It's just torture.
Like midway through, people just start
They
kind
have
of...
Wookiee Life Day, which is funny if Art Carney is in it.
You got to sing?
We celebrate. And I think that was one of those deals George made before he thought the movie would be a hit.
like, was he on the set at all? Was he around for that?
I don't remember who was around. It was just like lots of Wookiees, though.
Yeah.
It wasn't that many.
A lot of movies.
And it was just weird. It was as if you would have like the I Love Lucy show with Wookiees. I mean, it was just like, honestly, there was Chewbacca, there was Mrs. Chewbacca, there was teeny children. I just wish it was as funny as it sounds. It just...
Yeah, maybe somebody could take it and re-edit it.
That would be great, because it's dull.
Yeah.
So, somebody please get a hold of it and...
Liven it up.
Oh, you know, it would be good too if you made it one of those like rap songs. And they like
Yeah, and then have you sing. Well, actually,
sample the Star Wars Christmas special.
sample. Well, we do have a clip of you singing. Would you like to see that? Okay. Here.
I hope that this day will always be a day of joy, which we can reconfirm our dedication and our courage, and more than anything else, our love for one another. We celebrate a day of peace, a day of harmony, a day of joy we all can share. Together, joyous we, a day that takes
It's good times.
And I could actually punish my daughter by showing her that.
Stay in your room and watch it. No. But you've done lots of singing. Saturday Night Live, you did some singing on Saturday Night Live. You did some cool stuff there.
No, that was I'm a teenager from outer space.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that's better to show than.
Okay. Well, we have it. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it.
Wow! What's that? Is that a flying saucer? I don't know.
Uh-oh, competition! Hi, everybody! I'm from another galaxy, in another time, in another movie. I'm an exchange student from outer space, and I just dropped onto this swell beach.
Flynn, did you bring a bathing suit?
Sure! Will this do? Everybody seems to be friendly here.
You fit in right here on Earth. Say, I bet you know how to kiss Greg.
Kiss? What's kiss?
You don't know what kiss means?
No.
Well, just close your eyes and open your mouth.
What are you trying to do? Give her artificial respiration? I'm a teenager from outer space, trying to make it in the human race. Although I come from another world, I'm really a very nice girl. Even though I come from the sky, I would never see another girl that I don't want. Girls that hate me, I just want the guys that take me.
I haven't seen that
You want that?
30 years, 40
I'll give you a
years.
copy of that. I know some people I can pull some strings.
That's awesome. Now my daughter would think I was hip.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Bill Murray, looking good there. Nice head of hair on him.
Didn't think I ever kissed him.
Okay, so after all this happens, and it's crazy, and your life is turned upside down even more than it had been, just having this kind of crazy life that you had in showbiz, Empire. So you get to come back and get together with everybody. Was that? I've heard you say that was like your favorite one, right? Is that true?
Totally my favorite. But also, yeah, but I mean, the unbelievable thing was, I mean, normally you make a movie and you don't know how it's going to do. And with this movie, there was just this, with the next two, there was this built-in audience.
Yeah.
So it was this odd thing of kind of knowing it would be a hit movie. So it removed that. You know, it would be like you were excited.
Yeah, you just go for it. You just have fun in the end.
And you could tell it was really, listen, I wanted to see it. So,
And like at that point, sequels had never really been, like, oh, they're doing a sequel. But this, I mean, arguably,
I thought
one of the favorites. I mean, how many people Empire is their favorite? So it's like, wow, struck gold twice, and you've got this great movie. So you guys, I think that relaxation probably showed, right? I mean, they're having fun.
and we got to work with the same crew, which was amazing. So it was like truly like a family, and it was just a lot of fun. And they're well, actually, it was on the third one. They made it what they call a goodie reel. They take like the outtakes of things, and they make like a joke reel.
Yeah.
And they actually had me. This was from Return of the Jedi. When we were on the speeders, so it was blue screen. So you just sit on those speeders forever in front of the blue screen, waiting for the wind machine to come on. This is all before, in the old days, before Avatar. And they couldn't really. I used to read sitting on the speeder till they would get the lighting right. So they had this whole scene of me going through the Endor forest reading Colette.
Nothing. Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. But Kershner too. I mean,
Kersh and he did the best impersonation of Yoda. I mean, he was Yoda. I mean, Kersh was really.
The director Irving Kershner. I mean, what a great. He had this great, big, kind of booming voice too, right? I mean, you could hear.
Yeah, and he really, I think, went for, the soul of the picture, but he did, and it was a very emotional. Of the three of them, I thought it was the most sort of emotional.
Yeah, and so now I also heard that you had to stand on an apple box a lot of times for Harrison Ford scenes. You were standing on like a box.
Apple boxes. They're half apple, whole apple.
Were you a whole apple?
I was always a whole apple because everyone else was so tall.
Yeah, well, see, we'd be fine because I'm 5'4". I'm only just a few.
That is perfect.
Right?
I used to go out with someone that was that small, and I would say, don't stand next to me at the party. People will think we're salt and pepper shakers.
That's nice. Okay, so you're filming in London, and Eric Idle and you were hanging out. There was this party before you went to the Cloud City.
Yeah.
The thing
was, I rented Eric Idle's house.
Oh, that's right. You stayed in his house.
And I think he was the only one of the Monty Python I really knew. And anyway, I rented his house, and he had a place in, like everyone does, in the south of France.
Of course, yes.
And so he was supposed to be there, but he would come in town a lot. So it would not be like renting someone's house, but that's a high-class problem when it's Eric Idle. But anyway, we came home from work. I came home, hard day at the office.
Yeah.
And the Rolling Stones were there. All of them. And I had a 5:30 a.m. call. And Harrison had come over also. And there's no way you're going to sort of say to Mick Jagger, I got to really hit it. I got to really call. I got to go. So we stayed up very late and we drank, which is...
And by the end of the night, did he go?
I do not remember.
No.
I don't know if there was an end of the night.
Keith Richards, you probably had a lot of Keith Richards just kind of like that. This is probably a good view of Keith Richards.
Well, no, but there was no end of we did not go to work the next day hungover. We were still drunk.
Yeah.
So if you look, when Harrison and I arrive on Cloud City, it's one of the few times in all three films that we're laughing or we're smiling. You know, it's like, hi, Lando. Our asses off.
Your foot's a little crooked there, kind of like walk a straight line. Okay, man.
Not everyone else is laughing
Well,
like
this guy's very serious. He's
Never,
like, I wasn't invited. I love Mick Jagger.
Yeah, but thank God, but that did only happen that one time. But that is how the Rolling Stones affected the Star Wars trilogy.
Okay, so then we move on to Jedi, and now it's like, boy, I mean, how can you top all of that? When did you get the script? Did you have it for a long time? Because we've got all these secrets now. Empire, there was big secrets, and then you get Jedi, and it's all very secretive at this point. Did you have the script for a long time, or was it
I
right
don't think
there?
so, but I know it was called Revenge.
That's right.
Revenge was a very unenlightened word. So we went from revenge to return. No, I don't think that I did, in the same way that I knew that the movies were going to be that big of a hit. I didn't know that I was Luke's sister, so...
Oh, really? Yeah? Okay.
No, that I found out, and it was in the script.
Yeah.
It turned out. So...
and so, you're a Jedi. You have the possibility of being a Jedi then, too. I mean, you don't think about that.
not the possibility. I am a Jedi.
Are. Don't you think we should have seen some of that?
I'm enraged that we haven't been able to, that I haven't been able to make people lift up and stuff like that. At least I could have house-trained Gary with the Force.
Yeah. And got to choose your own lightsaber and stuff. I mean, they should make you like an honorary lightsaber because Princess Leia is a
Like
Jedi.
more delicate, female-y kind of a lightsaber.
Yes.
Like, it's light is spelled L-I-T-E. So it's dietetic and it kills your enemy.
And what color? What color do you think?
I would go, no, I would put more of a magenta kind of a thing, I am wild about LED stuff. I still buy those things. I will hopefully be in a hospital room at the end of my days that's just all glowing in LED. Don't you think they could improve hospital lighting with the lightsaber lighting?
Okay, so you didn't get a lightsaber, but you got probably the most famous outfit in film history, besides like Marilyn Monroe's dress, maybe, right? But I mean, then.
Oh, and George invited me up, and I think probably. Yeah, no, thank you, darling. I know. Asked me to come up to Lucas Ranch or whatever it was, with all the other cowpokes, and he wanted to show me what I was supposed to be hardly wearing. And so he showed me, and I thought he was joking, and he showed me, and this is before aerobicville time. There was no
Not even Jane Fonda's workout was like hot.
Richard, who's that?
Richard Simmons.
I thought he was around, but he was not around on, Endor. There were no aerobics, intergalactic aerobics. So I had to, get laid things, I don't know.
It was just a lot.
But it was.
You should have said, I'll put it on if you put it on first, George.
You would look fabulous.
You wouldn't?
I think everyone should have had to wear that. But, no, and I didn't realize till like far too much later, and that's really good English, that I was sort of a pinup. But I had a guy say to me, oh my God, I thought about you every day from when I was 12, when I was 22, and I said, every day? He said, well, 4 times a day. What am I supposed to say? Oh, thank you. That is so sweet.
It's just, we were backstage and I couldn't think of anything else to say to you, so that's why. It's the truth, so.
Just wear those gloves that Peter Cushing has. I thought I recognized your foul step. It'd be the good name for a perfume, foul stench.
And then it took a terrible turn. It's been that outfit has been, of course, parodied and everything too. And well, have you seen this? Take a look.
Fun, fantasy type things.
No.
Come on, you gotta have one.
Okay. Did you ever see Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
Do you remember the scene with Jabba the Hutt? Well, Jabba had as his prisoner Princess Leia. Princess Leia was wearing this gold bikini thing. It was pretty cool.
I never saw that. I didn't. No, I hadn't seen it. I've seen the one where they made the movie where they were going to make a porno, Star Wars, something in Mira, something. That was good. I like that one. There should be a Star Wars porno. I'll talk to some people.
And that's when the host lost his mind. Speaking of George Lucas, you know what I love is when you roast people. These roasts. Some of them are just tributes. It's just AFI tributes. I mean, you did this with Harrison Ford, but the AFI tribute to George Lucas. I mean, I knew you were a brilliant comedian, but that stuff it's awesome. And your delivery is perfect. And we have it here, and I love it. It's a little, would you like to see, you might see it yourself here?
Yeah, I like that.
You want to see it, and then we can maybe do some questions? I just love this stuff. So let's take a look one more time.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Han Solo, and I'm an alcoholic. I'm an alcoholic because George Lucas ruined my life. I mean that in the nicest possible way. 57 years ago, I did his little Star Wars film, a cult film that then went on to redefine what they laughingly refer to as the face of cinema. And now, 65 years later, people are George is a sadist. But like any abused child wearing a metal bikini changed to a giant slug about to die, I keep coming back for more. Not to mention, you had the unmitigated gall to let that chick, the new girl who plays my mother, Queen Amadillo, or whatever her name is, she wears a new hairstyle and outfit practically every time she walks through a door. I mean, I'm
Because there was no underwear in space. Because you, my formerly silent friend, are an extraordinary talent, and let's face it, an artist. The like of which is seen perhaps once in a generation, who helps define that generation, and who deserves every award I now spend the latter half of my Leia-laden life helping to hurl your way.
Was that fun?
That was really fun. Now, there was another one where it was something like, I was supposed to introduce John Williams, and I said, no one really knows George better than this man, except probably for a couple of hookers from Japan, but they weren't able to be here tonight. They were at Kevin Costner's
Hey, we have a little thing we do here to give you an opportunity to plug whatever it is you're doing. And can we run that little intro and set it up here?
Wow, what's that?
That's not it either.
Like and follow our guest on a shameless plug.
So for a shameless plug, a little shameless plugging. So you have your books, Wishful Drinking, right? Shopaholic. Right, but are you working on something else? Are you writing again or anything? Is there anything you want to
I'm
plug?
retired. No, I don't know what I'm doing. I forget. I am doing something, though. I must be. Nothing else would make sense.
You're tired.
I'm writing a musical. I'm working on it anyway. Postcards from the Edge.
Yeah.
And I have done a sort of cable pilot thing of one of my books, The Best Awful, that Meg Ryan was going to do, and I'm working on another book, and I'm trying to make a go of it.
Yeah, I think someday somebody's
you
going to
might
see
stick
it.
with it?
You can stick with it. But do you like writing? Do you find that's relaxing? Is it?
No.
No,
I like having written. It's like you like having gone to the gym, but not really going. You should have normal in your shape.
Is that more the people pleasing thing then? You just want people, I better
No.
write that.
You know what? Sometimes I have to write. I did it because it was a way of getting it out of my head where it was all got all sort of congested and onto the page. And then you could actually lose yourself in it. And that was great.
Good.
But then it went from inclination to obligation.
Yeah.
And that's when it's harder. It's more like homework, which is a really good, karma for me since I didn't graduate high school. So I have homework for the rest of my life. You didn't either?
I didn't either. No. And
Look how well we turned
everybody
out.
said, look, we're a mess.
We're short.
We are. We are short. Okay. Well, I would love to give all these folks that have diplomas to ask you a question because they're much smarter than us. Would you be okay if we ask some questions?
Absolutely.
Okay, very good. Where do we have? Do we have our guys out there? Mark, are you there? Mark Daniel, ladies and gentlemen, and DJ Elliott are out there.
Yes.
Okay, Mark, what do you got?
I have a guy here. What is your name and what is your question?
My name is David. I want to know what your feelings are about the Roseanne Barr roast a few weeks ago because they really gave you a hard time, but you were very good on there.
Well, that's sort of I thought we were roasting Roseanne, but it turns out when you go on a roast, everyone gets roasted. So, I say most of that stuff about myself. So what are they really going to say about me that I'm going to have a problem with? I'm older. Oh, no. So they'll do the jokes they'll do is, she's old, she's fat, did they say I was short? They could have. Oh, she did drugs, so all of that stuff. I thought it was less witty than mean, in general. And it was like they made jokes about so-and-so is short. This one is a guy that's too white of a black guy. This one is Roseanne is fat. Ellen dates young guys, and I just thought the funny thing though to me about Ellen Barkin was she's like screaming with laughter every time they're really mean about her. You know, it's like they say some awful thing, and she's and they would cut to me, and I would just be like. A lot of kids here, they just kept making jokes about how all of the women on the show were so old that we didn't menstruate anymore. And so when I got up, I said, you know, I just love hearing a bunch of great menstruation jokes. God, sorry, we haven't had those tonight, but I mean, that's literally was the caliber of the jokes. So I won't be doing that again.
Aren't you glad you asked that question? Okay, where do we have?
I'm up here. I'm in the balcony.
You're up in the balcony. Oh,
I have
see.
Trey. Trey is 10 years old.
10 years old, so that's those menstruation jokes are great.
Station is actually a train station for men.
All right, Trey.
Out of all the episodes in Star Wars, which one is your favorite?
Empire. What was one of the other three? No, Empire Strikes Back was my favorite.
That's right. All right, very good. Now he's got to go ask mom and dad about what you did with your hand earlier. Mark?
I'm here with Jessica. Jessica, what's your question?
My question is, out of all the movies, what is your favorite line? I mean, not like if you spoke it, it's really cool, but out of all of the movies, what is the best line?
Of the Star Wars movies.
Just out of,
Yes.
anybody's.
Wait, I do like there is no try, there's only do.
You should make one up.
But there was one that I did want to say. You know when I'm in the metal bikini chained to the big tongue, and they bring in Mark and Harrison, and they're going to be taken off to the Sarlacc Sea to be digested for 10,000 years. And as soon as they put me in the metal bikini, seemed I couldn't speak anymore. Did you notice that? I went from being this kind of snappy little wisecracking princess to a mute. Like this. So they bring him in, and Jabba says, now you're going off to be digested. And they start to go away, and I said in the rehearsal, don't worry about me, I'll be fine.
Perfect. Okay, where are you, Elliot? Okay, up there.
I've got Ruben.
Yeah, hi, Carrie. No question, I just want to say that you kick ass because you're yourself, and I think we all love you for that.
Edited for television. Very nice. Where are you, Mark?
I'm over here with Eli.
Oh, right over there.
Eli, what's your question?
You've probably been already asked this, but first of all, is Luke or Han a better kisser? And did any of them slip you the tongue?
It was Jabba that slipped me the tongue. Slip. There was actually an entire human that was involved in being the tongue. He just was fun, you know. So no, actually Harrison doesn't like screen kissing, and he said one time, I don't know on what movie and with whom, but he had put an oyster in his mouth, and when they went for the screen kiss, he slipped it into his killer straws.
And I think we have a photo of that right here. That's lovely. That's nice. You want that one?
I don't kiss Mark in it. Do I? No, it's that, aren't you a little, you scruffy looking. Isn't that what
Yeah, you lay
That's
one on.
not really kissing, though. Tongue-wise. So, screen kissing is weird. That's all I have to say.
That's all I have to say about that. All right. Elliot?
Yes, here's Lowell.
Hi, Carrie. I just wanted to say that I have a huge crush on Princess Leia, and if Princess Leia was a real person, I would marry her in a heartbeat. And of course, I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people who have a crush on Princess Leia. How do you feel about playing one of the sexiest female characters in movie history? Do you feel happy about it? Do you feel kind of weird about it?
It enrages me. It doesn't make sense to me, kind of. I didn't really think, I didn't know it at the time that it was like that. I can't quite explain it, but it didn't seem sexy to me. I was, 24 years old. I really liked shooting the Rolling Stone cover in those outfits with all the monsters, though.
That was cool.
But I didn't feel sexy, so then that was really not my thing.
Okay.
But I liked working with my double, because someone else was wearing the outfit too.
Yeah. And
So we were like the double men intergalactic twins. And that was
nice. Now, did you think? Wow. Can you choose which one's which? Okay.
And only our hairdresser knows for sure. I was supposed to say hello to Sandy, Charlotte, and Teddy Barlow. There, I did it. It's shameless plug.
Shameless plug. It's a shameless plug.
We got another one here.
Yes, I have Eli.
Oh, over there.
How you doing, Carrie?
Good.
We were here the other night with Kevin Smith, and he had some really interesting stories about you. Were you hesitant about playing the nun in James Arnold Bob Strike Back?
Was I what?
Were you hesitant about playing the nun?
No. My mother played a nun, and I wanted to get back at her. No. No, I actually played a nun before that, so I have kind of a nun tendency. So.
And you act so much like a nun just in your day-to-day.
Yeah, I have a very strange.
Very nunly. Yeah. Sisterly. Okay, do we have another one up?
Yes, I got Mike.
Hi, Carrie. I wanted to ask you, do you think that the Sarlacc pit is misogynistic?
You say so. No, actually, when we walked onto the boat and we looked down at that, I don't know who said it, but someone said, Pauline Kael is going to have a field day with that. Who was the, very feminist critic at the time. But the thing about, and when I first got to the set that day, they were all very, very quiet on that boat, right? And the first, you probably should take it off now, you people still have that. But they said, I heard the first day Dave Tomlin say, well, one of the men has broken his leg and the other one has sprained his wrist. The stuntmen kept falling into the Sarlacc.
They were leaping. They were so excited what they saw.
Yeah. They just left in there, and so it was a very lethal genital in the sand genital, I think it's called.
Innocent thing that we've done here on this stage. Everybody else has been so rude and just, this is love. We do have time for one more question. Are you okay with one more
As
question?
long as it's about the Sarlacc pit.
James, I'm over here to your left. Vinny, the last question, Vinny, goes to you.
Hey, Carrie. In a perfect world, George would actually make the last 3 movies that we've always heard about. If he actually got up and did it, would you come back?
Don't you think Gary would be a good
We should have had a Gary cam. You know, we should have had a camera back there. We could have just put him up here. You could have seen
I
him.
know Gary's been playing with these little Darth Vader dolls that talk, and so every so often I hear from the other one, Luke, I am your father. It's Gary with the little toy.
We love Gary. We want to let you be able to get back to him. You know, we do this one thing here as a way to remember it. You know, everybody's been taking photos all night and taking these pictures, but it's pretty much just you and I, you know, talking. So we have a little something that we call, go ahead and run that. It's a Celebration 6 phony photo memory. It's a phony photo memory. So everybody get your cameras ready. And is there something that you would like to do with me as the host that's a little different, something you've never really got to do before, with a kind of a freeze frame thing here, and you can
I want to
just
spank you.
You want to spank?